Hi everyone, this is your reading for August 2023. Please select any one of the cards that you feel drawn to. You may feel drawn to more than one card, so that's also fine. If you're feeling drawn to all three, then maybe just pause for a little while, take a few deep breaths, or just revisit this reading later. Let's go. Hi, pile number 1. So if you choose the first card, the first on the left, then this is your reading. And this is the card that you picked up. So this is a Libran card, a card of Libra. And it says that maybe your expectation from the coming month is that how can I have some strong friendships or relationships in my life? I think this pile is going through slightly a turbulent period, but they're not really sure that, how will my life continue? I think there are a lot of loose ends currently in your life in terms of relationships, in terms of your career. So you're not very sure what to expect moving ahead in your life. And I think you need some answers. You may have had fights with few people, or you chose to walk away from few people, or actually few people might have chosen to walk away from you. And again, it can be friendships, it can be relationships, it can be dealing with difficult colleagues, boss, it can be wanting to leave a job. And I think your expectation for this month is that if you could just have a little bit more balance and a little bit more calm in all the relationships of your life. I think there could also be some sort of a tiff or issue going on with some family member, and it just feels that you're not the happiest, and your expectation is that at least this month should be like a turning point in your life, because you can really use some positive upliftment. I'll read out more from this card. It also says cooperation to perfect decisions resulting from the fairness. Do it with your partners, beauty and relationships. So I'm reading out the keywords is so that if there is something that I miss out on decoding, you at least know what the card stood for. So just another thing that is also coming overall in the cards is that I think for a very long time, or maybe it's like a recent development, you've kind of decided to be alone, detached, not really focus on what's happening around. You're trying to focus more on yourself. And I would not say it's coming from the view of self-care. I think it's just there's no other option. For some reason, as if you have broken up, again, maybe from a relationship, from few friendships, or you have just realized that there is a lot of turmoil within you. You are, I think, really worried about your future. Will you ever have a partner in case you're single, in case you're going through a turbulent relationship? When will life bring you stability? And I think what you feel like because of this is that there is no strength in you right now to deal with people. It feels as if you are not having the right energy or the mental bandwidth to take on other people's challenges or to listen to their stories or simply to engage with them. Right now, your focus, because you're feeling so tired and so worn down, is all down to you and yourself. If I have to do a current energy check, see, again, we have the moon card here, and the moon card is not a very positive card, The moon card says that there is a lot of repressed emotions. There is duality in your emotions. One moment you feel that, I'm able to see the other person's view from an empathic point of view. The other moment you start feeling resentful. So the moon always is dwindling between emotions, and that is what you're going through. Some days you could be really happy, or some hours, and then suddenly you might feel like, oh, it's not the best that's happening in your life to you right now. Also, I feel that as the evening must be progressing, your day must be getting more difficult. There might be more loneliness, more sad thoughts as the evening onsets. Another thing that the moon card tells is about repressed creativity. There could be a lot of ideas within yourself, and not like one major idea. There could be like 3-5 things that you might be thinking of starting, or you might be thinking of investing in, but you are not able to bring out your creativity. You are not feeling confident. Also, it seems foggy, the road ahead, because like how in the night light things may seem different than what they are in the daylight, right? So even if you have few ideas, there are few creative leaps that you want to take. However, you may not be very clear on how to proceed with them. The road ahead might be seeming very foggy, and that is actually because there is some sort of fear inside you that is pulling you back from charging ahead. So yeah, this is one of the messages that I'm getting in current energies. The other message that I'm getting in current energies is that I think right now, especially when it comes to your emotional life, your family, friends, relationships, you might be very invested on a few set of people or on a few set of traits. Like, sometimes we are very stuck on the kind of partner we want, or the fact that these people are our school friends. It has been like so many years now. How can we let go of this friendship? In case you are asking yourself the question that I don't feel like I'm growing properly with them, or like they are not growing in tandem with me. So relationships wise, what I'm sensing is that you are maybe currently sabotaging yourself by staying stuck on certain belief patterns when it comes to relationships. Like, oh, we've always called each other best friend. How can I suddenly, start disengaging myself from her? Or how can I like not be the same person with her? Even though you might be feeling that, maybe they're not like the best friend you want in your life right now. Like, they have grown differently than you. So what I'm seeing is that because of this, what's happening is, even if there is some new relationship that can come in your life, again, friendships, romantic, there's no possibility of that, because you're already so focused on like your beliefs of how your current relationships should exist and work, or your ideas of like, if anybody comes into my life, this is all that they should be meeting. I think it's time to revisit a little bit of your values and your ethos. And honestly, I also want to say one thing in this. It's a good time also at this point of time to introspect. Each time we say revisit your values or ethos, it's very common for anybody to start feeling that, oh yes, because I'm the best, I deserve this. Sometimes it's also good to introspect and see that what is it that needs to change in you. Maybe some of your values are borrowed values, are values that have been conditioned in you, but they don't feel very organic to you, and maybe it's time that you change that. The other message that I'm getting here is that, is this pile planning on resigning? I don't know why I'm getting this very strong message, as if you're planning on resigning from your current job, or in case you are in a business, then I actually see you taking some real big decisions that may be about changing the course of the nature of your business, or maybe like adding more domains and departments to your business. And if you are a student, then all I see is that there is going to be a lot more consistency and focus for this particular month in your life, okay? And regardless, so many of you, like, there might be a lot more, or this is something that you might be hoping for, something that you want to achieve. You want to be consistent with your work, and you want to have like a schedule, a daily schedule. You want to be able to slot in 5 to 10 things in your life on a daily basis, and you want to have like a disciplined structure of how you go about it. And I think, yeah, if you are able to manage that, and if you're able to start small and slow, like maybe don't take all 10 things into account, start on 3 or 4, I think it's going to yield good results. Now moving on, what to expect in the month of August. I want to be very honest with you. Your cards are not very positive. In fact, most of the cards are simply talking about that you are actually going through a very tough time right now, both emotionally and even financially. It feels as if you've been feeling alone. Now, this feeling of being alone could be your choice, could be something that you consciously decided, or could be that maybe people have left you, or you decided to leave them, or maybe just it wasn't working out and somehow like there was a tiff and you don't know like where you are with certain people and situations in your life. But there's a lot of loneliness that I'm sensing in this pile, and I think August is going to continue like that. It's going to be a period of immense detachment for you. You would feel like just being away from everybody and just revitalizing yourself. Because see, what I'm getting is I'm not honestly getting any major self-care or any like nice energies like that. I'm getting that, you might, few of you might start focusing on all these little creative ideas or plans that you have and may take baby steps towards it, because of which you might actually try and build up your schedule. However, it will feel emotionally a very challenging period. You will not feel like being with everybody. And that is because you are actually going to be revisiting how people perceive you, how you perceive them, whom you should be with, whom you should not be with. So it's just like you want a break from everything and you're going to take that break. So I'm seeing that happen here. I don't know why am I getting this message that somebody is resigning, or maybe August is going to be a month where for most of you it might really hit your finances. There might be payments that may get stuck. There might be a need of more money than what you're earning. And that could be because of health issues, could be sickness issues, could be because you wanted to start your business or that creative idea that you've been repressing for a while. So thoda financially it might be like a little bit of a sticky situation. And emotionally, like I said, it's just like you're in this energy. It doesn't feel good, It feels like you're focusing a lot on what all has not worked out your way in the past. And that's why you're like choosing to take a break from everything, wanting to move away from everything in your life. For you, it's like you're telling yourself that it's okay, I'm choosing peace, even if it is about being alone. It also feels as if you have been hurt, or you feel kind of like you actually feel hurt, of course, but you also feel slightly betrayed by situations and by people around. And I think this is something to do with your communication. If I can be honest, I don't think you're a very good communicator. मतलब ऐसा भी होता होगा कि आप कुछ अगर बात बोलते होगे तो आपके बोलने से इनफैक्ट बात बिगड़ जाती होगी. I don't think you're a very good communicator, and I don't think there is clarity in your communication. I don't think you know how to put forward your thoughts or like whatever's going on in your mind in a manner that is easily understandable. So why am I getting this message that when you must be talking to people, or when you must be trying to share your side of the story, it might look like a little bit of like you're being defensive, or you're not taking accountability of your own actions, which again might be the reason why then things get flared up a little bit more. And this message is for very few of you. For others, I'm kind of getting this message that I think for a very long time you've anyway been, in this slightly I want to be alone, I'm trying to figure myself out energy. And I think because of that, you have not been very good at communication, because it's like you don't know who you are, so you don't know how to communicate that. You don't know how to be like that with people around you so that they have clarity. And again, this lack of clarity could also be the reason, why maybe certain other people may have used certain sharp words with you, may have hurt you. And I genuinely want you to know it's not just them. I also feel it's you to be blamed in the recent situations is what I'm getting. So you don't have to accumulate all of that into one understanding or one experience. Like, okay, so when we look at this card, there are many swords, right? And the person feels stabbed in the back. So while 8 people may have done that, maybe with 2 people it is you who could be wrong. Because what happens is, sometimes and this is exactly the conditioned belief that I was talking about, that sometimes we very strongly just end up believing a narrative that has been repeatedly done with us. And sometimes because of that, we turn blind to a situation where the same narrative is not being repeated. But we just feel that it hoga hi. So, yeah, I think just better your communication. And anyway, like the message is that, you're just a little tired now. I generally think you should go ahead and take this break, because you need a break. Like, you really need to sort yourself out also. You really need to figure who is it that you are, what is it that you want. So a little break in the month of August is going to be good for you. The next message that I have here is Wheel of Fortune. Are you planning to study something? Like, usually Wheel of Fortune as a major message is something else. But instead, I'm kind of getting the message that either you're planning to pick up reading again, or you're planning to study something. Or it could be simply that, there are multiple things that you want to do, and you know that you need to upskill yourself and study those. And August might be simply a month when you might research about those and figure out that, okay, what is it that you can do. And last message that I have here is, some of you are planning to relocate, move away. This could also be actually, like a story for some of you in the month of August, that you're moving away to a different place or city. And hence these mixed bag of emotions that you would have to leave your friends away, your relationships that you've cultivated and nurtured up until now. The moving expenses are going to be so much more. So for many of you, it could simply be about as practical as that you're moving to a different city, and hence financially or emotionally, like, it's all juxtaposed right now. Another message that I'm getting is, some of you want to move away, but it's like you cannot function without some partner or some relationship or some friendship in your life that supports you. This is a very weird message that I'm getting, is that some of you have a very strong need of partnership or companionship, or like having that one go-to friend in every situation right now. And again, it's coming from loneliness. Do I see it happening? No, not really. Instead, I see you being a little bit on your own and a little bit alone for some time now. Now, the last few messages that I have is that it is important that you cooperate with other people. It is important that you are fair to other people as well. That is also one of the messages that we have from the Libran card, because the Libran card is, the symbol of Libra is scales, which means the weighing scales, and they are always balanced. So again, ties me back to the message that I had in this card for you. That is that it's not that all the time it's only the people who have hurt you. Sometimes you also don't realize how you could have hurt them. Maybe because of certain skills or certain outlook that you were lacking in yourself. So maybe it's time to take a little bit of accountability of that as well. And I just feel that, okay, this is just a month where you're going to be like completely on a break from people. You're going to be a lot more alone. And in that alone, you might like develop a few habits or pick up like few things to make yourself feel good. For some, I'm sensing skincare. For some, I'm sensing reading. For some, I'm sensing that they might like start studying, like upskilling themselves. But doesn't seem like a very active month. And I think it's a good thing. If this entire month is going to be like this, then it's a great way to like introspect, sit down with yourself, have some conversations and see that what needs to change in you. And I genuinely suggest journaling really helps. And whatever is it that you're going through in your life, you can simply Google problem in life like dash prompts, prompts. And that's how you would just get like a lot of questions. You just start answering those in your notebook, and that's how literally how simple journaling is. And it might really help you in fetching some answers. Now, The last two messages that I have for this pile is ask for God's grace and help and be open. So when in trouble, ask for help. The necessary help will come to you. I think you need to start praying. It's important that this pile starts praying. See, what happens is when we are also praying, right, we are not keeping any ego. Like, we are our most honest selves, mostly when we are praying. We can be selfish, like asking for certain things, but we are at least honest with our God when we are praying about how we feel, what we are going through. And what happens is, in that moment, there might be few realizations that we need to have. Like when we are truly honest about that, oh God, I'm feeling very lonely. So maybe this is something that we did not truly want to accept, but when we are sitting in like front of the God, energy, deity, whatever you believe in, so we are a little bit more honest then. And once we are more honest, then receiving the help that we receive from the universe is also easier. The other message that I have is be open. So again, you're being asked to be a little bit more open, which is that you could be really focused on a certain outlook and certain beliefs in your life right now. And unless you're going to be open to more, open to different outlooks and different sets of beliefs, the blessings that are there on the way for you will not meet you. So yes, the blessings are going to take time. I don't see immediately any blessing coming to you in the month of August, but you never know, September is also there, right? So I just want you to maybe start praying more and be a little bit more open. Now, being open also means being able to have more introspective conversations with yourself, being able to scrutinize yourself also a little bit better on where you went wrong and accepting it. Because I think that is also going to be one great way of mending few situations in your life that may be broken. So that's all that I have for you, pile number 1. If you like the reading, if any little part of the reading also resonated, please do comment below and let me know, because all the feedback really helps me in understanding, of course, more about the cards. It's a never-ending learning, and also I love reading your comments. Thank you. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. So if you selected the middle card, then this is your reading. You picked up the card of Cancer, and what this card talks about is, it talks about intuition. It talks about that how the attitude that you carried in the past might be something that you might have to bring back. It talks about getting results because of your past or previous efforts. It talks about learning to listen and use your intuition. And also, Cancer is a card of people who tend to feel very deeply. They are sensitive, they are perceptive about people, they're perceptive about situations, and how to harness this power within you and use it towards your benefit. So quickly jumping into what is it that your current energy says. It's a nice pile in terms of the energies that I'm getting is that, you know, there is movement happening in your life. There are things that are going to be moving forward, work-wise, career-wise. Even in terms of like your personal activities, you're going to have like fun. I'm hearing like fun. Like August is going to be fun, adventurous. And you know, adventurous could also be sometimes if things go wrong and then suddenly you figure a way of like making them right, or you brave through the storm. So I'm just hearing like fun and adventure a lot. Some of you could also be like taking like a short travel trip is what I'm getting. But also coming to your current energies, I think currently you're in a phase of wanting to progress forward in your life, move forward. And for that, I feel that some of you either already have a plan or you're in the process of making a plan so that you can start following that. Another thing that I'm sensing is that there is a little bit of negativity for like people around you. It just feels, or maybe not, I mean negativity is too strong of a word, but there is a little bit of wariness, you know, in regards to people around you, that not everybody has the best interest in their heart for you. You're aware of that, and that's why you're being cautious. You're being wary of the fact that if I am going to be doing something, I better be like a lone wolf or a lone soldier. and you want to do this in a very sly or subtle manner. You don't want to be very loud about it. You don't want to be like one of those people who's saying that no, I don't want to be like with people, I don't want to be collaborative. You are just very subtle about it. So like you will just observe people, you feel somebody is right, you would bring them like to be a part of whatever it is that you're doing or your circle. If you feel they are not right, you would not engage further. So you're not being very evident about it, you are subtle about it. But at the heart of it, the emotion is that, you know, you just really want to protect yourself and you want to win for yourself. Because of which you already know maybe from your past experiences that a lot of people in the past who showed maybe that they wanted to celebrate you or cheer you on, they did not really have your best interest in their heart. So I think now you are being very careful about A, what you are sharing with whom, B, being slow in terms of allowing people to be a part of your life. And I think this is like a great thing to do, honestly. Like this is one of the best things you can do for yourself. And the other message that I have in regards to your current energy is maybe there is some idea that you want to start. You guys want to start like a content creator channel or like a YouTube channel or an Instagram page. And I'm kind of sensing as if you're experiencing like a few roadblocks in that. And you feel that if only I had enough money. And I think not just money, you might also be wondering about the gratification. Like you're not able to understand how to do that math that, okay, till this month I should be investing this much. And then I would start yielding so and so result. So that is another message that I'm getting. That there is some lack of finances, a financial issue, which is also hindering your moving ahead in regards to making a particular plan or progressing with how you want to take ahead your life. And I don't think it's just like maybe a content creator or a YouTube thing. It's just maybe generally also how you want to take ahead in your life. You're wanting speed. You're wanting speed and success now. So you know that you are destined for success. You know you will work your ass off for it. But you just want speed. And I think for that speed, you need money. So that, you know, you're not the only one who's doing everything. There are more hands on the deck. Things are getting done faster. And I feel you don't have that just yet. So that is just you're trying to figure out that, you know, how will I ever get the speed that I want of doing things? Yeah, unfortunately, you know, whatever they may say about like slow and steady wins the race, etc., etc. Sometimes a little speed, especially when it comes to career and work, is something that's really helpful in also keeping our morale up. But yeah, that's your current energy. Now, what I'm getting in the month of August for you is there are very limited messages, but very interesting messages. First is, I think people who have picked this pile, they could also be figuring how to grow their money, which simply translated could mean that you could be learning about investments, you could be getting a financial planner on board, you could be learning about mutual funds. So you're learning how to build money from money. That's the first message that I'm getting. Some of you could be getting into trading. The other message that I'm getting is that August is going to be a month of extreme hard work. And you would do that willingly. It's like you want to put in the effort. You want to like learn these ways of growing your money so that you can start seeing the results. So August is, I think, when you would start initiating your efforts towards this. Like till now, if you have been just gathering all information and knowledge, then now like in August, you would start taking like a little bit of those risks or those actions that need to be done and putting in like effort in the places that need to be put in. So that's going to happen because your focus August onwards is completely going to be money, 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 money. Like literally I'm hearing in my head, apna sapna money, money. Like that's all you can think of. The other thing that I'm getting is that August also might be slightly a challenging month because there would be a lot to do. There would be a lot on your plate. It'll feel busy. And I also said fun and adventurous in the starting of the reading, right? So yeah, it'll feel very busy. It's like, things will just keep on coming to you haphazardly and randomly, and you would not know like how to fit them in your schedule, or there might be too many things on your plate, because of which it will all seem very chaotic to you. Also, certain times too much to handle. See, frankly, I don't have any advice here, because what I'm also sensing is that you also want to get into like multiple things collectively. I think this is also like a testing phase for some of you to see what is the limit till which I can push myself. Like you're testing the waters with yourself. So I would just say keep at it. But I do see that, sometimes when we take too much on our plate, we end up goofing one or the other thing. Or suddenly if roadblock comes in one thing, immediately we drop everything down because you're suddenly so let down by life and like by challenges, because burnout. So I would just tell you to be a little bit mindful of that. And funnily, as I spoke of burnout, there is also the strength card, which is literally like taming the lion inside you. And how I'm decoding it in this reading is, it's also like taming the fire inside you. Like it's good to be aggressive, but not so crazily aggressive that the fire burns out immediately, It's also something that happens in workouts, right? And I think you could also be in this pile, like people who are checking this pile could be also focused on their body in this month particularly. But if you start like a particular round or a particular session very high on energy, not taking it slow, suddenly, by the half of the time of the workout, you've already exhausted your entire energy, right? And then you just can't do the next set of moves properly. So that is exactly what I'm getting here. And for some of you, I'm also getting this message, like those are working out, your strength is going to get a lot better in this particular month. So you are going to, like if you've been like working out, lifting weights, you're going to feel that your strength is increasing in the body parts where you felt that I lacked strength. Another message that I'm getting for you is that, why am I sensing like, there is so much aggression to do something, like that hustler mindset or that aggression is do something, that ultimately I'm sensing like a breakdown, like somewhere in August. Like I'm sensing like a breakdown by like 17th August or like 21st or 25th August. Yeah, like 21st, 25th, 19th. Like as if you will just sit down crying. Or you will just be like in one of those phases where you would have to really like tell yourself that no, push through. And that is exactly what I'm saying. That hustler mindset is good. But maybe you might want to be a little bit of aware of your own limits. It's good that you want to push it, but maybe don't over push it to an extent where you don't feel like coming back to the same things again. Or you feel like it's all worthless, because that's also what burnout tends to do, unless you're truly passionate about something. So that's another message that I have for you. Next message that I have for you is that August, you might have a lot of emotional reactions to things. You might be lashing out too much sometimes at people or in regards to situation. Like, suppose the printer stops working and we go like, fuck, it stopped working, and we start banging like the keyboards on the laptop and we start banging the printer, and that only spoils sometimes the printer more. So you're being asked to like keep that in check about you, alright? And also these might be emotional reactions stemming from like a place of maybe sadness or lack of support. So just whatever it is, be a little bit more aware of your emotions. This is going to be a great period also for effort. Why? Because whatever efforts you're going to be putting in August, they will start showing results literally in September. And that is like the quickest gratification you can get, right? Within a month, like you never literally heard it anywhere, like literal instant gratification. So I think it's a good time that you start actually putting in the efforts in August, and the more your efforts, the more or the better the result will be in September. Now see, this more the effort is also in contradiction with the burnout that I'm telling you about. So basically, which means maybe out of 30 things that you need to do, prioritize that what are 5 things that if you do and put your wholehearted efforts towards, and then if you yield any benefit or result from that, that's really going to make you happy. And motivated to invest your efforts in the other remaining 25 things. So I think that's how maybe you can look at it. But definitely the efforts that you put in August are going to be yielding result. Another thing I'm getting is some of you could be in the field of law, like those who have picked this file. And if that is the case, or even if not in law, but if there's like some legal case or something going on, you are going to be winning it. So if you're a lawyer, you're going to be winning the cases that you are fighting for. And if there is a legal case going on with you, your family, you are going to be winning that case. Like it's going to be largely positively in your favor. Last message that I'm also getting is it's important in the month of August to... Okay, I'm getting two messages now. Okay, and you have to really understand this. It's important to be very clear about your vision, so that if you're engaging with somebody, if you're seeking an opinion about something, or if you are trying to build something and then hiring people for it, they have absolute clarity about what you expect. But at the same time, be very collaborative and open to suggestions. So suppose if you say that, this is how we want to be starting our thing and this is what we are planning, and somebody randomly says, no, but I also want to suggest that maybe, if you do this, it's going to be better. I think pay heed to their suggestions. Don't dismiss it at all immediately. Instead, be like, that is also something to think about. And maybe just keep at it. And maybe like give it a day or two and then see if that is something that you can actually do. Because I feel you're going to benefit a lot more from collaborations. So while protecting yourself in a solo manner from people around is also going to be a great thing. But then if you have somebody trying to be collaborative with you and trying to like give you also ideas about how to go about doing whatever it is that you're going to be doing in the month of August, it's important that you pay heed to that. So be more collaborative. Coming down to your last few messages. So definitely we have the Cancer card here, which basically means that it's going to be a month of highly charged emotions and feelings. But this also means that your intuition is going to be strong. Now I also want to clarify that what happens is sometimes a random thought may pop into your head, which may seem like a flying thought. Could be something as simple as maybe, I should like lower the gas flame. And you might feel, oh, it's so stupid, I've cooked this like multiple times, I don't need to. So, but even such thoughts that come randomly for something so minuscule, don't ignore it, because this is literally your intuition talking to you. Because when you would come back to the stove, you would actually realize that maybe you did actually need to lower the flame. So be a very patient listener and be a good listener to your intuition in this month. Another thing I'm getting is that a lot of your outlook towards life might shift a little bit in this month towards people more so, and that's good. So there's nothing wrong that's happening in that, and that is only because you have realized a lot from your past what needs to change and what you need to bring back and continue with. So overall, like a very, very good and positive reading. A month of efforts that's all going to start showing results September onwards. Now, the other message that I have for you is from the Krishna deck. Help is on the way. You will get answers to all your questions. Don't worry, you will soon receive help. So like I said in the starting of the reading, that it's like you have a lot of things that you want to do and you demand like speed, but you don't know where will I go get those finances, those people who would want to work with me. So don't worry, help will start coming. Once you will start putting in the effort, I'm sure people would like want to get associated with that fire energy that you're carrying in yourself. And last message that I'm getting is purity. Purity in deeds and words is rewarded. So again, first, like I said, you might be like lashing out at people or like lashing out at yourself or at situations. Don't do that. Like keep your language very pure, clean. And also whatever you are doing, I think genuinely just do it with a lot of love and purity. Don't be very calculative about my work, their job, this and that. Right now, I think it's a period where you're going to be like stepping stone or setting the foundation of like a lot of things. So it's important that you keep absolute purity in your heart. And purity happens where there's peace and there's love. Where we are not in competition with anybody, where we are not like getting anything from the outside world get affected by us. We are simply doing it for our own intentions and for our heart, like for what is it that we want to do, for ourselves. So just do everything with purity in the month of August. So yes, that's it. Pile number 2. That was your reading. If any part of it resonated, anything you feel you look forward to, please do comment down and let me know. I get very excited each time I see a comment on my YouTube videos. Thanks. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. If you chose the card that was on the extreme right of the screen, then this is your reading. So you chose the card of Aries. Quickly diving into your current energy. Your current energy seems to be cheerful. And you know, there's something very interesting. There is one card that has repeated in all the readings, which is the Eight of Wands, which is also talking about the need to want to progress further. Like you are just looking forward to what next. And you're happy doing whatever that is needed for that also. Because you just want to like move ahead, you want to like charge towards stability, you want to be consistent in your outlook, you want to have like a plan of action for whatever it is that you do. So that is also coming in your current energy, along with the fact that it's a very cheerful reading. It just feels like you are having fun. I also feel till now or soon, it's also going to be a period when you're going to be like meeting friends or meeting people, like you're going to be socializing. And I said friends, why? Because the kind of cues that I'm getting is that it's not like a one-off event where you meet like somebody once or twice. It's something like, you know, where you might like nurture a relationship or understand somebody else better, get them to make them understand you better. So I'm kind of getting this message that there's going to be a lot of socializing happening, and maybe with a repeat set of people. So there are certain bonds that might become a little bit more stronger. So that is also something that's coming in current energy, that you also could be meeting a lot more people right now, socializing, maybe meeting your friends consistently. So that is something that I'm getting for you. But also there is a lot of worry about finances, because what I'm sensing is you are in a hand to mouth or salary to salary basis currently, which means that whatever you must be earning might simply be flowing out. So cash flow in is the cash flow out. So you don't know where and how to start saving. And I think this is something that you're just worried that how will you start like saving now for the coming few months. Another message that I'm getting is that I think you are in dire need of guidance or some sort of mentorship right now. It could be in regards to your career, or it could be also that you're looking for a spiritual guru. For some of you, I'm literally getting this message as if, you know, you just want to find someone who would guide you a little bit properly on your spiritual path, so that you are not very skeptical about things that you do, or you have your answers clear. And for many of you, I'm also getting that you're just looking for a mentor in your life right now for your career, so that you can drive your ambitions in the way you want to drive them. You're looking for someone to fall back upon, you know, like, oh, I made this mistake, or oh, you know, I don't know if I should be doing this or that. Would that be easier? So I'm kind of sensing that. For few of you, I'm also sensing that maybe from a small period, you have set your rituals in place for praying, or for spending a little bit time daily either meditating, or basically anything that helps you connect with the higher power. So I am sensing that that energy is only going to get stronger, and you might actually start feeling more at peace. But this is for very few of you. Not everybody would connect with this message. Now coming to your predictions for the month of August. So the first message that I'm getting is, do you not know what you want to do next? Or you know what you want to do next, but you don't know where. So there's a lot of next energy, like, okay, what next or where next? So you might know already something that you want to do, or you may not know. So there's going to be a lot of search involved in your month of August. You're going to be searching for like the right answers, the right next move, the right way to do about things. Because in your heart there is something that you want to know, you want to either pivot from something or something that you want to pursue, and there are going to be questions now, so you're going to be like researching quite a lot in the month of August, or searching more about it, so that how can you leave your mark in the world. I'm hearing that you want to leave your mark in the world, you want to be known in the field, in the industry that you work in, you want to be known to people, you want to be seen, that like people should look at me and then suddenly feel that, oh wow, they've really managed to progress. You want that. And I think in quest of that, it's going to start with a lot of research and search of how to go about doing that and pursue your passions. Another thing that I'm getting in August is that you might actually travel, and you might also travel with your pet, is another thing that I'm getting. So many of you are going to be traveling in the month of August. Many of you are also going to be giving birth to a new idea or a new venture in the month of August. And for some of you who are checking this reading, you might have just given birth, or you could be pregnant. Your due date might be in August, but there is definitely addition of a baby in your family, and it's going to be a very nice nurturing period with the baby. You are going to feel very new in yourself. Like, you might actually realize a few emotions that you were not aware of you carried. So that is going to be very interesting to you. You might also be completely in awe of your baby. So that's a good thing. And of course, we all should be in awe of our little ones, right? So yeah, that's another message that I'm getting. But coming back to the message of ideas, I feel some of you are going to be kickstarting finally a new idea or venture or a business, and I think it might just kick off immediately. And I'm not actually seeing a slow energy here. What I'm seeing is that maybe you might be actually carrying out major of your research for this idea in the first 2 to 3 weeks. That could also be a possibility, and by the 4th week you might immediately kick off this idea and like full throttle, going ahead with it very confidently. So that is also something that is a very high possibility. Now see, there are a few conflicting messages here. I think maybe this pile does not want to do just one thing. I think they have 2-3 ideas going on in their mind, and they're thinking ways of how to give birth to all those ideas collectively. So I feel your one idea may get started, or you may get clarity. You could be researching on the other idea, or the researched idea may get started in full throttle, but then there is another idea that you're trying to shape up, and you're trying to see that, okay, how do you grow that idea stronger? Because there's a lot of wands energy and pentacles energy in this reading, which is just about that, I just have to set the foundation, and I have to get my finances and my stability and my ambition up and running. Just give me a minute. So what I'm getting is that you are actually trying to pursue your ambitions now as practically with as much speed as you can. So that is going to be a very strong change in your life, I think, in the month of August. You're going to be driving ahead. You are going to be taking a lot of steps. I think you've already started thinking in the right direction. Now, another message that I'm getting is, again, is there some fear about that, effort sometimes not yielding the right result, or not yielding the correct result timely? They are being slow, like slow efforts yielding slow results. Or has somebody told you that because there's Saturn in your chart, hence you will always get slow results of everything? Is there anything like that? Because see, what I'm getting is that I think somewhere in the past you've seen that your results did not yield the kind of, your efforts did not yield the kind of results that you wanted. Or generally in life you must be feeling that I always get very slow results for the amount of effort that I put in. Or somebody has revealed that, okay, Saturn in your chart could be sitting in a particular placement, because of which, your efforts don't immediately yield the magnanimous results that you expect. And I think all this is also kind of stopping you. But you know what? I would actually tell you that because I have the Hermit card here, which means that you're thinking a lot about this. While yes, this could be stopping you, but instead turn this into wisdom. that Saturn delays but never denies, which means that you simply have to continue doing your effort and your karma. Also for you now, I feel it's important that you choose something or you develop your idea or your work in a manner where you're moving slow. Like, it's okay if you're moving slow. You have to be alright with the fact of moving slow. You have to set your expectations right from what kind of effort can bring in what sort of result in what sort of time. So I think that's going to be important, something that you might actually learn in the month of August. And last message that I have here for you is, see, I see you all pretty and beautiful and handsome, and you're going to be like dressed in the best of clothes, you're going to be like glowing, you're going to be slim. I'm also hearing like slim for few of you, like, you know, if you had like body goals and workout goals, that's going to be showing results. Skin is going to be great. You will feel very loved within yourself. You will feel, oh, I have like so much love for my own self, I'm too amazing. But somehow there is some sort of dissatisfaction, and I think that's just to do with the fact of those little things in life that we never have, because we want everything, right? So we feel, you know, yeah, these 5 things are great, but then we don't have this or we don't have that. So I think just a lot of that is going to happen in August. But if I have to be honest, it's really one of the most positive piles that I have read till now, because be it financially or the fact that how your body is going to be responding, your energy levels, the optimism, universe supporting you, there are a lot of cues in this pile that are actually saying that, you know, things are going to fall in place. They will be slow, they'll not be like immediately. August is not going to be the life-changing month, but it's definitely going to be an important month in changing your life. So keep at it. That's the message. Now the other message that I have for you is, because you have the card of Aries, it also means willpower. And see, again, connecting it back to the message that if you feel that your efforts don't get the results they do, that does not mean you should stop doing the effort. That only means you should continue doing the effort. Because eventually, like I said, you will always be given the benefit, or you would always be shown the result of your efforts. So I'm confusing, I think, efforts and results, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. So because of which you're being asked to have a strong willpower. Your willpower is going to determine that how further you go, even if there's nothing going your way. And I think it's a very strong time to work on your willpower now. Other few messages that I'm getting is that, because see, also this is a card of Aries. Now Aries does not seek validation. Sometimes that also hampers things for them. Sometimes it's not how it's supposed to be. But then Aries is a very strong-headed card, okay? So you don't really have to think about what others think of you. You have to think about what you think of you. You have to do things your way, because only that is the way that, you know, you feel immense happiness, satisfaction, you feel the drive to keep on pursuing it. So it's absolutely okay to be doing things your way. A few other messages that I have here is that if you keep honesty and if you keep strength, then there would be result that will be shown to you, the result that you expect. You have the right energies, the right willpower, the right strength to meet any sort of challenges. So just keep at it. And lastly, whatever you desire, again, it is your willpower that is going to manifest that desire. So you have to really harness the strength within you. The last 2 messages that I have for you here is that your call will be answered in time to relax. This is from the Krishna deck. Sorry, bad throat. So this is saying that you and your call will be answered. So whatever your prayers have been till now, God is listening and it's going to answer the prayers to you. So you don't have to worry about that, even if it's taking time. And lastly, time to relax. See, again, I also said now that, you know, it's okay to be like moving in a slow pace. You don't have to hurry. So relax, don't hurry. It's saying that, you know, you're watched over, so you'll be looked after, so you can relax. But how I'm reading it is also that you're being told not to hurry. Like, what is this race that you're trying to win? And funnily, I forgot to mention it, but there is a lot of horse energy in your cards, you know, which basically means that you're trying to really rush, like, you know, like that race that I have to win it at life. No, you can be slow and you can still win the race. And that's exactly what I have for you in this bite. So I hope this reading connected with you. Take it slow for this month. And if any part of it resonated or any of it made sense, please do comment below and let me know. Thanks.
No,